Hi everybody, my name is Ross the Alcheminiturist, and today I made the answer to a question that I had, which was, what would you do if you wanted to get body horror and a sniper together? This is a little bit different than a Turnip 28. This is a little different than something like Mad God. But it's something like if they both had a child together. So, let's jump in, shall we? To start, I shaved down the Empire Greatsword's legs that I had still kicking around from before in one of my last videos. I then took my clippers and clipped in between the legs so that I could pull and spread them apart and get a better sitting position for them. Next, I took green stuff, mixed it together, and using some super glue to make an instant bond of the green stuff to the model, glued the green stuff to both the legs as well as the top torso of the legs that I had cut off previously, smoothing out the green stuff with a chisel as well as I could. I then repeated the process again to attach the legs to the cultist torso that I had printed out. This file and anything else that I have used will be in the materials list in the description below. After that, I clipped out and shaved down the great swordsman's head that I was going to use for this build as well. Next, I superglued the body to the 32mm base that I wanted it to sit on. After all of the superglue was cured, I then cut off both of the arms of the cultist, as I wanted to replace them with some pewter Giselle gun arms from Strata miniatures. There, they are called the Ratmen Gunrat conversion kit. I got these back when they were on Kickstarter years ago, and still have a bunch of them left over. I glued the new arms on, and then cut the barrel as I wanted to elongate it with some other parts. To do so, I cut down 3 Skitarii Ranger rifles and used the barrels off of them, gluing them on with a combination of superglue and plastic cement to make a crooked, ramshackle long barrel. Once the parts were cured, I came back and, with much more green stuff, made the skin that would cover the entire top of the model. Originally, I wanted to make this model more in line with how the Weeping Scope looks from Fear and Hunger Termina. But I couldn't do the intricate line work of the flesh, so I abandoned that idea and made more of a flesh-looking sniper of my own design. I'm a huge horror nerd and lover of all things kinda gross and body horror, so I wanted to make this model feel as close to wrong as I could, and having more flesh than should be felt like a step in the right direction. Especially if that meant that the gun was nearly all part of the flesh as well. Nothing but the muzzle is metal. But if I don't stop talking about horror here, I will have an entire video just talking about it. Once the green stuff was cured, I took my gamer's grass and put some on the torso of the model, as well as the crotch. I affixed them all with some more super glue, as these are old and the adhesive is kind of gone on them. Plus, using super glue to affix things is just a good idea in my opinion. Right after, I used more super glue on the model and threw it into the sand that I have to get some on and make some weird bumps and ridges on it. After that, and the curing, it was on to painting. As always, I started with Vallejo's black primer and went over the entire model as I normally do to put down the initial layer of primer. I then got my Vallejo's white primer and mixed it with what little of the amount of black primer that was still in my airbrush and put some little gray highlights onto the flesh. When that was dry, I then went over and got my Vallejo's medium sea gray and dry brushed all over the model, creating a layer of highlights. After that, I took Vallejo's dead white and dry brushed again all over the model, this time less in more spots for more and particular highlights. I then thinned down some of Citadel's morghast bone and painted all over the flesh of the model, trying to keep some of the highlights seeing through, but it failed, so I just painted it all over again, giving it more opaqueness. After the flesh paint was dried, I then used Citadel's militarum green contrast paint and went over what little parts of the pants that were visible. Then, using Citadel's Blood Angel's red contrast and water, in a 3 parts water to 1 part paint, I painted the grass red. Citadel's leadbeltcher was then used for both the muzzle that is visible and the boots of the flesh sniper, just to give that model a little bit more color to it. I then took Citadel's pink horror and painted an exposed brain part on top of it. And then, after it was dry, I went over the brain with little lines of bone white to try to simulate the folds. After everything was suitably dry and ready, I then used Carronburg crimson to shade and wash the flesh to give it a more kind of rotted / bruised look to the whole flesh. To help with that, I added some more thinned down Blood Angel's red to the sandy parts that now looked more like weird bumps and bubbles under the skin. I also want to take a moment and say that I have not used any streaking grime on this model, which, as people returning to this channel would know, is kind of surprising actually. I then painted the stones on the base with Rhinox hide from Citadel to give some color, and then added 2 more pieces of Gamer's Grass on the base to round out a nice little color to pop and contrast with the otherwise dark and drabbish model. And then, it's on to the beauty spins. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate all the support that you give me and have given me since I started this channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And maybe let me know in that comment what kind of kit bash or paint that you'd like to see me try to attempt in the future. See y'all next time. Goodbye.